Hey guys, so today I have for you a review of one of the new Mally and Frozen sets that's available at QVC. This is the Anna set. I will upload a review of the Elsa set tomorrow, and I will give you a little bit of an overview of the box. It comes in this hard cardboard type packaging. It has this hexagonal top to it, a little ribbon to help you lift off the lid, and that is the front. And then I will just rotate it so you can see all the different images. It's really beautifully done. I'm not sure exactly what I will do with it once I have filmed this review and everything. I think I saw someone, I think they maybe cut out the top and then used it as a brush holder, so that would certainly be an option. And then you lift off the top, and that is how everything is contained in the base. There's a little piece of styrofoam. So I will show you all the different items that are in this kit. This is more of the neutral, warm toned, I guess you could say. So you have 2 shadow sticks, and these all have special Frozen type packaging, that Nordic kind of folk art look. And this is the Evercolor Shadow Stick Extra in Soft Brown, and this one is in Goldstone. So I'm not familiar with Mally's, I guess, permanent edition of these, but it's a different formula to try out. There is an eyeliner. This is the Evercolor Gel Waterproof Liner in Hazelnut. This is the Party Perfect Lash Defining Mascara. And then there is a double-ended blush and highlighter stick. This is the Blushing Brilliance Blush and Highlighter Wand. So there's a cap on each end, like so. Lip gloss. This is the Anna lip gloss. And then last but not least, there is a mirror that comes in it. So it says on one side, follow your heart. A nice reflection on that. And then this one is like a snowflake, and it says powerful beauty. And then I think this side is slightly magnified, not anything crazy. So that is the mirror, nice metal compact mirror. So all of that retails for $49.98 plus $3 shipping and handling. And it says this kit is exclusive to QVC until January 31st, 2018. So I don't know if it'll be available on the Mally website or Ulta or anything like that afterwards. So I'll just read a little bit about the description. I will put in a timestamp if you don't care and you just want to flip forward. But it says, discover the magic of Disney's Frozen with this 7-piece color collection from Mally. Available in your choice of the Elsa collection or the Anna collection, each kit features a selection of Mally's favorite products in beautiful shades that invoke the amazing spirits and characteristics of these 2 inspirational characters. And then it has a quote from her. It says, as a mommy of 3 beautiful daughters, the story of Disney's Frozen speaks to me on such a strong emotional level. The connection of family and sisterhood, which is at the heart of the story, is a bond like no other. This film reminds us that above all, sisterhood is life's real true love. And I remember after first seeing the movie, that was one thing that really stood out to me. They have that kind of traditional romance in the beginning where Anna and, I can't remember his name, but that prince that is not really on the level, they have that flirtation. He asks her to marry him, whatever. But that's not the ultimate aim of the movie, for her to find her prince. The ultimate aim is about reconnecting with her sister, so that's always a nice change. And then it says, beauty-wise, I love the looks that the sisters represent. Elsa is polished and elegant, yet tough, strong, and powerful. Anna is a free spirit, optimistic and playful, yet still determined, persistent and selfless. I believe as women, we each have many different sides to our personalities, and these collections capture them perfectly. Embrace your fierce, give in to your silly. Feel free to mix and match. In the spirit of Anna and Elsa, let go and have the courage and freedom to be uniquely you. And in watching the video on the website, I think that she mostly used her fingers to blend, if I recall. And I think these types of kits and QVC makeup in general is targeted more towards the kind of mass consumer. It's kind of more foolproof than the like beauty enthusiast or the professional who might have kind of more advanced application methods or expectations in terms of pigment, that sort of thing. So I don't know that that's true of these products, but that was just kind of my expectation going in. So I am going to start by swatching the shadow sticks, and this one is in the shade Soft Brown. So really creamy, went on really nicely. And these are, doesn't say waterproof, but I think these are meant to be long wearing. And before I start applying the products on my face, I should mention that I've used primer, the First Aid Beauty Coconut Skin Smoothing Primer. I applied foundation. I used the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. I filmed a review of this and other Physicians Formula products if you're interested. And I've also used concealer, corrector. I powdered underneath my eyes to set that area. I did my brows, and I used the NARS Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. I don't know if a primer is necessary with these cream products, but I thought I would go ahead and use it because I almost always use primer, and I wanted to give these products the best chance possible. So as I mentioned, I powdered underneath my eyes, but I didn't powder my face. I generally don't because I have dry skin. Also, if you're using cream products, cream face products, you want to apply them over unpowdered skin if you can, because they generally blend better that way. The Physicians Formula, it still feels a little tacky, but I think it's mostly set. Okay, so this is the gold shade, and that is the soft brown. So I think I will start off by using the mirror, of course, and I'm just going to quickly see how much. Okay, so that's a decent amount of product. So I'm just gonna apply that to the inner part of my lid and then go over it. They don't really move that much, to be honest. I do have slightly hooded lids. Okay, I'm gonna switch mirrors because the reflection on this one is going to bother me. So, as I was saying, I do have slightly hooded lids, so it's kind of a challenge to keep shimmers on the lid. So yeah, they don't feel very blendable, actually. They kind of stay where they're put, which could be a good or a bad thing. And this is also not, it's not as vibrant on me. I thought I would like the Anna set better because the Elsa set is more kind of purpley pink, more cool toned, and I generally prefer more warm tones like a lot of people. Alright, so this is more of a satin finish. So I would say that I prefer the, what are they called? The Revlon cream shadows, like the ones in the little pot. I think they're easier to blend. I just got out a Real Techniques, goodness, I don't even know what this is. It's some kind of Real Techniques brush, but the writing, I believe, has worn off. I think generally a synthetic brush is best suited to cream products. So if you're a fan of these, I would be curious to hear if you have any tips for application, if you think I'm doing it wrong. I'd say generally my preference is for powder shadows. I just find they're easier to work with. It's not too bad though. Again, I think if your focus is on kind of ease, I wouldn't even say ease, but just kind of a limited number of tools and products that you have to use, you might really enjoy these products. So I'm just putting a little bit under the inner corner, and then I might try to do just a little bit. I got out another more flattened Real Techniques. This is the shading brush. And smudge. And this definitely isn't children's makeup, by the way. I think they made a point of saying that. Like, you could, I think, give this to a teenager if you wanted, but you know, the quality is meant to be kind of good enough for a grown woman. And the reason I mention that is I am 32 and I definitely have some fine lines and that sort of thing going on under my eyes, and my lids aren't as smooth as maybe they once were. So if that is a concern to you, ooh, that is a really creamy eyeliner. I find it interesting because it's a lot warmer of a color than that brown. I believe this is matte. So the color is hazelnut. So I'd say it glides on really well, and this is my kind of preferred formulation for liner. I always take a small angled brush. This is the MAC 208. And just run that over to make sure that it's smudged out a little bit. And then the other eye, I kind of flip the brush around so that the longer end is pointed towards the outer corner, and then go back in the opposite direction, and then flip it so that the longer end of the angle is pointing towards the tear duct when I'm doing the first half. I just find that that works the best. Okay, I'm going to put this in my waterline to see how well it works. I don't always do that, but I figured some of you might enjoy that look, and I'm doing the wear test as well, so I will let you know. I might go out of frame here. Okay. I think it applied decently well. I have pretty watery eyes. So I guess I will go ahead and do mascara. I will apply it to the lower lashes first. This is what the wand looks like. It's a kind of conical natural bristle brush, pretty dense. Normally I would use like the Clinique bottom lash mascara. I think that's a tubing formula, so it's not meant to smudge or anything like that. It's also a smaller brush, so it's a little easier. So I should have wiped off the excess before I went in on this side. Okay, I'm going to have to clean that up a little bit. Okay, so I just used one of these little Q-tips. I got these from Ulta, and I really like them because they're a little bit more tightly wound than like your standard Q-tip. They have a very fine point on one end, and then this one has kind of a paddle shape. So I just kind of did that underneath the lashes. I know some people say you should wait until the mascara has dried fully and then kind of pick it off, but I almost never do. Okay. So I used my Kevyn Aucoin eyelash curler, and using this mascara again, I'm just gonna wipe off the tip and see how this does. So this is the lash defining. So I think it does a pretty good job of defining. It's not clumping. Kind of pretty fanned out look actually. So I wouldn't say that's like a false lash effect, but doesn't really claim to be. And then going in on the other side, and then doing a second coat. I feel like my lashes have fallen a little bit. Okay, and then before I go to the cheeks, I will just zoom in, crouch down a little bit so you guys can see. So then we have the blush side, and these are, by the way, bigger in diameter and they're more pointed. I don't know why that is the case, but I want to make sure you get that lid on really tight so they don't dry out. Okay, so I think I'm just going to kind of paint and then does anyone else like their lip twitches when they start hitting their cheek? There must be some nerve there. Okay, and then same. It does feel kind of a drier formula. I've liked cream blushes before. It's kind of a paradox because with dry skin, you want to add moisture into the skin, and sometimes a powder product can end up looking really dry. But then because you don't have much in the way of natural oils on your skin, they can sometimes be more of a challenge to blend in. So I really like the Becca Beach tints, but I think those were discontinued. The shimmer souffles. And those were in a pot, so you could kind of stick the pads of your fingers in and then pick up the product that way instead of having it kind of drawn on. I guess I could do the same with this, but it seems to defeat the purpose. So that's a really natural flush, and I don't think I swatched it. It's a very kind of watermelony pink. And then the other side looks more like a, so that feels a lot creamier to me. It's kind of a pink champagne. I wonder how this would perform on the eyes. Okay, so I'm gonna apply this to the tops of my cheekbones, and I am very fair, so this really isn't probably light enough for me to do a really solid kind of highlighting job. So I mean, it's definitely subtle, as I think most of these products are. Let's go under the brow bone. So I think maybe you can really see there the difference in my skin color. So I think that's maybe as highlighted as we're going to get, and if it doesn't really show up under kind of a ring light and everything else I have going on, it's going to be even more subtle, I think, in person, unfortunately. Okay, and then last but not least, we have the lip gloss, which is similar to the blush shade. So I think it has a vanilla scent, nothing too strong. It doesn't feel sticky. So I'd say that's a pretty sheer wash of color. You could put a lip liner underneath it to add more color. It feels lightly hydrating, kind of shiny, but not like super glossy shiny. A little bit of color, but it's not like, definitely not like a liquid lipstick or anything like that. So I will show you those color swatches one more time. I just used a simple micellar wipe to get rid of the swatches, and you can see the eyeshadow sticks and the liner stayed put, but the blush, highlighter, and lip gloss are gone. So that's kind of scrubbing it pretty heavily. So just wanted to let you guys know that. So I am going to go about my day, and then I'll come back in a few hours to let you guys know how everything wore. So stay tuned. Hey guys, this is my check-in about 7 to 8 hours after application. On the whole, I think the eye makeup wore pretty well. I don't see really any creasing, and I really don't see any flaking or smudging, minus what I did while I was applying it. The eyeliner, I would say there's definitely some still in my waterline. I'd say maybe I have 25 to 50% on this eye and maybe 50 to 75% on this eye, if that helps. I can still see a little bit of highlighter under the brow bone. I'd say in general my face makeup just hasn't held up that well, and that's partly just me rubbing my face, that sort of thing. I think a lot of what you see on my cheeks is my natural redness coming through, not the blush product. I don't see much highlighter still on my cheeks, and I don't have any lip gloss on, but I've been eating and drinking, etc., so I wouldn't expect it to last for that length of time. It was easy to reapply, and it felt hydrating, so that's not a product I would mind reapplying. So if I were to recommend any products from the Mally line that are included in this kit, I would say go for the eye products. I think those are the products that held up the best, so if you are looking for something that's long wearing, that's definitely where you want to go. The lip gloss felt nice. I don't know exactly how much these are retail full price. They're probably in the $20 range, so you can probably find something that's cheaper that does basically the same thing, but these are a nice formula for what they are. So that's going to do it for me, guys. If you have any questions, please leave those below, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so, and I will talk to you soon.